I feel like Vince's like getting himself in the zone and getting ready is just him like staring at a picture of Thalia and just like kind of being like,
Well,
"Come on, I can do this. I can do
No,
this."
because
I'm
you'd
also
be
rubbing
beating
my
his
cock
meat
right
if
now,
he was
Dave.
doing that. Yeah.
I'm masturbating right now, David. Can you not hear it?
No.
I think I've just learned to tune it out. Just,
He's tuned it out because Dave often hears me masturbating. He just he creeps.
what?
Into
It's just background noise to me now.
he just creeps into my house at night and just listens. Hello, people of the internet, and welcome to a video where we're going to talk about. No, that's fucking shit. Let's try again. Shut up, Dave. Shut up. Okay, hello people of the internet. I am joined by some friends who also like magic cards and shit to talk about the latest announcement from Wizards, which is the Eternal Masters. So let's have some introductions before we crack on talking about this latest cash cow. We've got John. Tell us, what do you play, John?
I play Affinity in Legacy and Rug Prowess in Modern.
And you've nicknamed Rog Prowess the Baptism of Fire because your name is John the Baptist, right?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Dave, what do you play in Modern and Legacy?
I'm Dave. I don't play Legacy because I can't afford it. And in Modern, I play whatever mess I've seen online in the past week.
And you just built Living End?
I've just built Living End and put black white tokens together as well, and
Okay,
I've got Grixis Control, but I don't actually play any
Remind me why we invited this guy again to the
because he loves to play Steam Vents Tapped Go. This is like it's like opening line in Modern, right? That and Going to Time. Anyway, and on to Alex. Alex, tell us what do you play in the Eternal formats? What do you play in Modern and Legacy?
I play White Weenie in every possible format, even when I play limited. I'm currently living in Switzerland, and I went to pre-release. I couldn't read any cards, so I played vanilla white creatures, and I still did alright.
All the 2/1s for 2. And on rare occasion, you also play Battle of Tits, don't you?
I do. I have been known to play Battle of Wits in several formats, yeah, and do quite well with it as well.
Yeah, you sound like the worst kind of guy. I mean, I hate shuffling, so watching you shuffle up your fucking Battle of Wits
It's great
would
fun.
make me feel physically sick. And
I do play Battle of Wits in a lot of formats and have been known to sleeve up my foil copies of that deck. But predominantly, I play White Weenie, Death and Taxes, and I'd like to think I had some influence over Vince on playing that deck.
Yeah, so yeah.
Not that he'll ever admit.
No, I will. Like, yeah. So as you guys might know, I'm Vince. I play mono white weenie wherever I can as well. If I get to blow up lands and play things at instant speed that I probably shouldn't be, that's the kind of format that I will play. Where I can flicker shit as well. So the fact that we've got Eldrazi Displacement standard now is very, very exciting. Aside from mono white weenie and occasional splashes of other colours in white weenie, I also like to play control decks where I get to wrath people and counter their spells and draw lots of cards. So Sphinx's Revelations and Cryptic Commands and that sort of thing. So blue-white control it tends to be another format, another archetype that I like, but it's just not as fun as activating Vial, playing Flicker Wisp, and flickering out someone's win con and then
I
killing
also
them.
like to go to Time. Don't forget that.
That is not even
I'm
remotely
a big fan
true.
of the Durdle decks. Like anything that can Durdle for 50 minutes. Like I don't want to go to a tournament and then not play for 50 minutes.
Yeah. Right. So we are here to talk about Eternal Masters. So did we all think it was happening? Did we think this was actually going to happen? John, were you actually thinking this was a real thing?
It seemed like it was a bit of a pipe dream, have a paper reprint of something worthwhile, kind of in the vein of Vintage Masters Online. It seemed a bit too good to be true.
And you're happy about this, right?
Yes, I think it's a good idea. How well it's executed remains to be seen, but after Wizards kind of appearing to want to kill off Legacy kind of for the last few years, they're kind of extending an olive branch at this point.
So for those of you that don't know, what John is referring to is the fact that limited Legacy GPs have gone down the shitter bar one a year. Wizards
Is it
don't
only
seem
one?
to be.
I thought it was like 2 or 3 that they had.
Sorry, one a year for the European region, one a year for America,
okay,
and
sorry.
one a year per region, right? Is that correct? I mean, tell us in the comment section if I'm completely wrong there, but I think it's one per region.
I think they're putting them all on the same weekend. I think that's what the fuss was about, is that they have a couple of Legacy events, but you can't go to like one in France and then one in America because they're on the same weekend.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we're referring to, the nail in the coffin with Legacy.
Yeah.
But obviously this. So Alex, you're pretty happy about this because you feel like it will rejuvenate Legacy and introduce new players, right?
I love Legacy. Like, Legacy is my favorite format. The idea that I can get some more friends without the financial barriers for the most part, for a lot of the staples to be able to play with me is great. I'm quite fortunate that the Legacy scene that I'm in deals with a lot of proxies and allows us to play with those, but now we can have bigger sanctioned tournaments if people have access to those staples.
Yeah, which is nothing but a good thing, right? I mean, I guess eventually these sort of places will only have to have proxy limits of like 5 cards so people can get the final jewels they didn't have, right? And
Yeah,
have the
but
Force Wars and the Wastelands and the ports and things.
Like, we don't even need like 5 proxies, like there are fortunately enough, like our Legacy scene is big enough that we have enough jewels to support lending them out to other people. Like the community's such a great community that we can do that and people don't feel bad about it. I think in a community where the Legacy is start-up or isn't the same, they are going to be stuck with using Shocklands. They're going to be using Shocklands and budget replacements.
Yeah, which aren't that bad a replacement. They will lose you some percentage points when you're playing against Burn and other similarly filthy strategies. But
Affinity, for example.
Yeah. But Dave, you don't agree with Alex, do you?
Yes and no. Like, I'm looking forward to this. I love it when Wizards print awesome, powerful, cool cards and they actually give you some paper product you're actually excited about opening. That's great. But my concern is the fact that they're printing these things which will get people interested in Legacy, but the problem is they can never, as long as they keep to their word, reprint the reserve list stuff. So they'll increase the interest in the format without ever being able to increase the supply of the reserve list cards, which is going to make them more expensive. And if people actually want to play optimal decks, competitive decks, you need things like the dual lands for that, and they're just going to skyrocket in price if
it's
it
not like,
does make Legacy more popular.
It's not like the lands aren't like really important to the deck. Like you can't play Rug Delver with 6 Shocklands. That's not a feasible option. So I can completely understand that, increasing the player base but without increasing the essentials such as dual lands is going to be an issue.
Yeah, it creates a similar thing to what happened with the original release of the first Modern Masters, in that you'd have a perceived influx of players. With a new
which you did. There was an influx in players in Modern.
But that then hiked the prices on other cards, right?
Yeah.
And those are cards that are more readily available than anything we see on the reserve list.
Yes.
Yeah. The key difference is that with Modern, they can still, if they wanted to tomorrow, they could say like, right, we're gonna put Tarmogoyf in Shadows of Innistrad. Like, they're not going to, but they could. But they if they keep to their word on the reserve list, they're never going to reprint these other cards.
Yeah.
So there's that rumor, isn't there? The idea, the concept that they might release a new format called like Eternal, which is like Legacy, but they just drop the reserve list cards, essentially making the format a lot cheaper to get into, but also basically bricking the prices on those cards, because Legacy will be like a vintage style. People won't play it because people will just be moving towards Eternal. There won't be an influx of new players. Do we think that's a real thing?
I hope not, personally.
Is that a biased opinion because you're invested in Legacy itself, or is that because
I'm invested in Legacy, but not because of financial reasons. Like the finance part of Legacy is not relevant to it. Like, it doesn't bother me. I invested in it knowing that these cards could get banned, they could get reprinted, etc. That's not the issue. I think I'm invested in Legacy as a format that I like, I enjoy, and I've spent a lot of time learning about. You can't play Death and Taxes without knowing the format, because then you don't know which part you're taxing. Like,
DT gets a lot better when their lands shock them, right? Because there's no original jewels. I don't like the idea of it either, because I feel like those original jewels are going to be almost useless. I think Legacy will die. They'll be vintage, and they'll be like an Eternal format. I don't necessarily like that as well. I mean, and there's also what other cards are on the reserve list that screw decks, like Gaea's Cradle.
Yeah.
There are cards that I think are inherently very fun to play with, and introduce like some really cool archetypes and styles of decks that I wouldn't like.
I mean, Allurin is on the reserve list, and I would not be happy to have a format without Allurin in it, because that deck is hilarious fun to play with.
Yeah, that's the
if
flash
anyone's
below
played with
CMC
Allurin,
free.
it is great fun.
Is it free
yeah,
flash cards? Yeah.
It's all players can flash in creatures with CMC less than 3 without paying their mana cost.
And then you just go mental, don't you, bouncing shit and drawing cards.
Yeah, but like even if you're not playing a degenerate combo deck with it, it's a fun Magic card, And I think it's just it provides a lot of design space to be able to work with, and by removing cards like that and Brushwag, then what format are we going to be left with?
See, the other thing is, like, it'd be exciting for Eternal to emerge. It'd be exciting for a new format to emerge. I'm not sure if I'd like it in the long run, but it'd be exciting to like play in a new format. Kind of like how much Modern has shifted since the degeneracy of the Pro Tour, where everyone's just trying to beat Eldrazi right now. It's kind of fun for a little while, as long as it doesn't last. Because obviously I'd be pretty pissed off if this Eldrazi shit lasts. But
I'm quite fortunate that my deck that I play in Modern, which is Death and Taxes, seems to be quite well positioned against Eldrazi.
That's because of my tech, but we'll talk about that in another video, right?
Sure, yeah. I mean, your tech. We'll go with that. We'll roll with the...
Like, Eternal, for me, I'm conflicted on it, because on the one hand, yeah, I kind of like the idea of being able to play this without having to buy the dual lands, and obviously it's not the same format, but it's it's another kind of more complex format, and it's with loads of cards and stuff. But Gaia's Cradle and wouldn't be in it, and that's the card I want to play most,
right? With elves.
in Legacy it would be Gaia's Cradle. So
yeah,
give with one hand, take with the other. I guess
there's plenty of really cool cards on the reserve list that I just wouldn't want to see going. But there you go. Let's sum up then. So who do we think this limited product is for, John?
I think it's mostly going to be for people who enjoy the casual side of Eternal formats. So stuff like EDH and Cube will be the primary ones, really. So people who are looking to, get the kind of chase cards for Cube, or get some more efficient cards for Commander.
So this isn't for the competitive players that are already invested, or the competitive players that want to move from Modern to Legacy then?
I don't think so, no.
Otherwise, we're just going to end up with a load more jump players, right?
Yeah, they pick up the Hymn to Turuks and the
the Wastelands,
and that's it. They got their deck, right?
Yeah, easy.
Like the thing that I'm most mad about is that I'm excited to see this be like almost like a powered cube environment, or not powered cube, but an unpowered cube environment, like Modern Masters 1 was. Because Modern Masters 1 is like the best draft format out of pack. It's better than Triple Innistrad. It's better than some cubes. No, Modern Masters 1 is fucking legitimately the bomb.
It is, but I do love Innistrad. That was the set that I started with, which is probably why I'm still playing.
But you aren't flickering Cloudcoat Rangers while your opponent storms out and shoots you with like arcane spells and shit. The format was legitimately awesome, and I'm really pissed off to see that they aren't going to do an Eternal Masters GP. So if it turns out to be a great limited format, I'm just gonna have to rush to draft it 3 times and then run out of packs,
we'll just make one. We'll just host one. Like we'll
there you go. If any event organisers want to get in with my obviously very prestigious and highly subscribed to your channel, we can do some advertising for your GP.
We will host our own South Coast Dorset-based
Mega GP,
big fun tournament.
Super happy fun tournament.
Super happy fun sealed Masters Eternal packs.
The grand prize can be a load of foil Brushwags.
Oh.
Can you even get foil
Brushwags? No, that's why I'm really disappointed that Brushwag.
We can make our own foil Brushwags by refoiling them with tin foil hats.
I wanted Japanese foil Brushwags.
I feel like we're going off on a tangent that I don't want to go on, because I hate Brushwags.
Yeah.
Right, that's enough of that. So thanks for watching. We're going to talk more about spoilers and what we want to see reprinted and things in our next video. So there should be a link on screen now. Thank you for watching. Thank you to my lovely associates, John the Baptist, Boring Dave, and Alex the Cunt.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Good night.